we're going to have our first presentation tonight from our facilitator team. And I've got two great people that are going to come up and talk. And they are going to talk about a session called Leading Beyond Your Year. Continuity starts with the team. And they're going to talk for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we are going to be sent into breakout rooms. And each breakout room is pre-assigned. That's why your name and your district is already on there, thanks to the help of Sean. And from there, we will have one of us from our facilitator team in there working through a couple scenarios and just talking as a group through there. And then we will come back and we'll listen to a few more things tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Angie and Paul for the night to start us off.
Thanks so much, Gretchen. Hi, everybody. I am, as you mentioned, Gretchen, one of the two facilitators that are going to help talk about leading beyond your year. So I have Paul here. Can you see my screen? Just making sure.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Happy to be the first session for you all. You might be thinking, okay, I'm not president yet. What are you talking to me about leading beyond my year already about? But it really starts right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about why that's so important. And some of the learning objectives coming out of this session will be how to develop future leaders within your club as you embark upon that president role. And then succession planning and how that's really important to start thinking about right now. We're going to spend the majority of the time in breakout so that we can practice through a scenario to really look at the strengths that surface in yourself, and then kind of observe the other strengths in the breakout team that you'll be moved into a room or space to do that as well. If you're not familiar with the vision statement, it is together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. And I added a couple little icons here to just emphasize how important the people are, and really why we're talking about teams, the people that we work with, and then in addition, ourselves. So really trying to understand our own strengths, what we bring to the group dynamic, and then really pay attention to the strengths that other people that are around you may be bringing and contributing as well, and how to promote those. So I'll transition over to you, Paul, to talk a little bit about what makes a future leader.
Thanks, Angie. I appreciate being able to be a part of this tonight. And so let's talk about what it takes to be a leader. As we develop future leaders, I want to share with you a bit about how Rotary supports your development. First of all, we help identify a role, and not by the assignment of that role, but to engage them so they can identify their area of interest. We definitely want to solicit ideas from our membership so that we can give them the space that they can help our club and test out their leadership. Of course, we encourage mentorships. If you do not mentor new members, I would definitely encourage you to do so. We have found in our club that it helps us develop new strengths. And then, as always, we need to ask people to take ownership of any action as we plan to make our clubs better. And I'll share again that alone you do go fast, but together you'll go far. So when does your club need a succession plan? Well, I would say now. You need to recognize that Rotary Club leadership succession definitely ensures continuity and stability, particularly amongst president-elects. So it's important to maintain your effectiveness by electing your president-elect at least 18 months prior to taking office. Now, why is that? Of course, tonight you're spending time in our president-elect leadership seminar, but there are also various opportunities within the Rotary Learning Center to help you become the best president that you can. It also allows you to develop the structure within your club to ensure a steady supply of future leaders. Because club leadership changes annually, every club needs that continual supply of potential leaders, and those leaders must work together from year to year. Your club need not ensure not only that you have a formal plan to manage the changes that result with a transfer of leadership, as well as the ongoing changes that occur when key members are not available. And your club needs to focus not only on your future club presidents, but also on the key players, from the club treasurer to the public image leads, to the community service leads and your fundraising leads. These key positions are crucial to the impact of your club in your community, and because of skill, seniority, and/or experience, are hard to replace. The most important added benefit is not only a transfer and decentralization of knowledge, but that more members are engaged. There are many ways to adapt to achieve continuity, including making appointments for multiple years, having a current, incoming, and past chair on all committees, and having the current club president work closely with the president-elect nominee, and immediate past president. We have found that effective succession planning demonstrates good management and leadership supporting stability and sustainability by ensuring there is an established process to meet club leadership needs with minimal disruption. Key components: gathering input from all members, offering training, and maintaining open communication. Your succession plan should also involve nurturing and developing members with the skills, expertise, training, certification, etc., qualities, experience, and the desire, grooming them all to fill key specific positions. Lastly, a club leadership plan should be structured with a framework to enhance your club's effectiveness by setting long-range goals for 3 to 5 years, as well as annual goals, ensuring leadership continuity and engage in active member participation. This is an excellent place for a club visioning exercise. Angie now has some insight on how to share and prepare us for a breakout session.
Well, as I mentioned, we're going to have some time to practice using some of our strengths, and some of those strengths might surface more readily than others, but the next slide's just meant to illustrate a framework that here is through the Gallup Strengths Finders. And so there are different methods. Those you can show of hands if you've ever done a personality test, a strengths test at work or through Rotary or another venue. But it's really a great tool to really self-reflect. As I said, it's really important to understand ourselves and then to pay attention to others that we surround ourselves with. And there are 4 different categories in this particular strengths test, really showing that there's some strengths around having a tendency to execute and lean in and just do it, or really rally influence of people, or really focus on what people's feelings are around things, so some relational building, as well as more forward thinking, like the visioning session of strategic thinking and really thinking about the future of the club. And so each of us have many different strengths, and this particular test pulled out 5. So I got vulnerable and showed a few of my strengths that came out in the test that I took here. But this is really helpful for me to know what I might show up with. And then if I'm going to tackle a particular problem or issue, I might want to pull on some other strengths that don't come as naturally to me. And I might want to build a team of people around me to support some of those gaps. So understanding your strengths really highlights some opportunities to understand the gaps as well. And then just interesting tidbit that I found as I was pulling some of this information, there are 33 million different combinations of talents and strengths. So it just shows the importance of diversity across each of us and what we bring to the table. So we're going to dive into some breakout sessions. Your facilitators have this information that they'll pull up and share screen. We'll have 8 minutes to do an activity. followed by an 8-minute reflection.